Netflix, you need to put more of your movies in movie theaters. I went to this movie last night on a Tuesday night, and there was probably like 25, maybe 30 people in that showing. You know, it'd be a really cool idea. Put all of your movies in movie theaters, then release them onto your app. Sounds like a great idea to me. Hitman stars Glen Powell and Adria Arjona and is about a professor moonlighting as a hitman of sorts for his city police department, descends into dangerous territory when he finds himself attracted to a woman who enlists his services. From director Richard Linklater, who's brought you Dazed and Confused, School of Rock, Boyhood, and many more movies, comes his brand new movie Hitman, which comes out on Netflix this Friday. But like I said, I got to see this in the movie theater. It was a 40-minute drive, but you know what? Movie theaters is always my first choice. And this movie's been getting so much positive reviews. Now, I don't watch video reviews beforehand I see a movie, but I will go on Twitter and I'll see people talking about it and all the feedback. And just like every time this movie came to a festival, people said, you gotta see it. It's the best movie of the year. It's amazing. Da da da. And you know what? I never saw a trailer for this movie. I'm not even lying either. I never saw a full trailer for the movie before seeing it. And I can clearly tell you this is a very enjoyable movie. Starting with the positives is Glen Powell, the man, the face of Hollywood right now. This movie is his best performance I've seen from him. He is fantastic in this movie. He is funny, dramatic, serious. I mean, he is doing everything he can as an actor in the most fun way possible. Glen Powell is doing a fantastic job with his career right now, and this movie just should add on to it. He is fantastic in this movie, and I will say, after watching the trailer, after seeing the movie, they do a whole thing in the trailer where it shows his different personas as a hitman and what he's doing in his job, whatever. Yeah, in truthful nature, that is the beginning of the movie. That's not the whole movie, so don't go in expecting that. And don't go in expecting an action movie, really. This is not that. This is morely a romantic comedy. That's the front and center of it, because you have him and Adria Arjona. Sorry if I'm saying her last name wrong. She is fantastic in this movie as well. Honestly, she's just as good as Glen Powell. Their chemistry together feels so real. It feels sexy. It feels like it's like real dialogue being spoken between the two of them. Like, I would have loved to seen the script on how it was written with the dialogue, because Richard Linklater did write this movie and he co-wrote it with Glen Powell, and that's actually really cool. That's really cool to hear from Glen Powell that he wants to write a little bit. And watching this movie, I actually think the script is easily some of the best thing in the whole movie. Like, the script and the dialogue really helps the characters connect with the audiences, and I think this movie does a fantastic job in certain moments that really helps the story move forward. And it also kind of keeps you guessing on like what's going to happen next, because the movie deals with a lot of tones perfectly. In the very beginning, it's very, very comedic, and it's very like natural with what he's doing, and obviously pretend to be a hitman. And then when he gets into the romantic part, then it turns more into a rom-com. And usually rom-coms aren't my thing, but this movie has enough plot line to really help this structure happen that the actual romance was integral and it felt natural. So really, the script is a big applause because it was really well written. When it comes to the direction, I don't think this is his best directed film, honestly, but Richard Linklater is a very, very famous director, and he does a very good job with what he's doing. He does a good job with his actors, the blocking and such, and when it actually gets to the tense moments, it actually is intense. There's a really good motel scene that I really liked from Glen Powell especially. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, I just enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the dialogue. It's really well written. There's a nice soundtrack to it. I will say 15 minutes too long, and the ending feels very anticlimactic. Like, again, I don't want to spoil the movie, but like, the movie always does keep you guessing on like what is going to happen with these characters in the plot. But once it gets towards the third act, you can kind of figure out what's going to happen, and by the end of it, it's like, kind of saw that coming. You could say it's predictable, but again, like, it really didn't kick in until the third act. So honestly, the third act, I would say, is probably like its weakest point of the whole movie. But in the end, like, this felt like an early 2000s movie, like a 90s movie where like you had an integral plot happening, but the romance is the front center, and what the actors are doing amplifies what's going on in the movie. And in the end, I enjoyed myself. I thought it was a very enjoyable movie. Definitely a great like date night movie. I think people could definitely enjoy this movie. Again, do not go in expecting this to be an action movie. Like, do not expect that. This is a romantic comedy front and center. It is funny. I did laugh quite a bit, and I enjoyed our actors. And in the end, I'd watch it again. I'm gonna give Hitman a B plus. And again, I know a lot of people are talking a lot of positive about this movie, and I agree, it's a very positive movie. I gave it a positive review, but I am like a little like, wow, this got like a really big applause from a lot of people that I've seen on Twitter. But like for me, like I enjoyed the movie. Like I say this is like a date night movie, kind of. Morely that, but not a movie that I would say like is my like favorite movie of the year. That's just me though. But again, it comes out on Netflix this Friday. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. And if you can, go see it in the theater because movie theaters need our help. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoy this movie review, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.